So there are two departments. We have the machine department and we have the assembly department, right? So the total overhead, we should calculate the total overhead absorbed, that number of hours work they have given. So in machine they have given 5000 hours, and in assembly department it's 6000 labor hours, right? Okay, so however, we should find out the total overhead absorbed as well as the overhead absorption rate per hour. The clue that they are giving you is, the overhead absorbed per unit. So you all know this per hour multiply by how many hours they have used. 3 machine hours is going to be equal to how much? It's rupees 300 per unit. Okay, so we can find out this is equal to 100. So if it is 100, so this will be obviously equal to how much? 5000 multiplied by 100. 5000, which is equal to 500,000. And the same thing for machinery department. We don't know how much is the overhead absorbed per hour. However, they are using 2 labor hours and it is equal to 100 per unit. So if this is 50, this is 50 into 6, 300, and 1 2 3, it's 300,000. So accordingly we found the answer. Overhead absorption rate per hour machine department is equal to 100, assembly department is 50, total overhead absorbed it is 500,000, and it is equal to 300,000. So let's move on to next question. Question number, all right, so question number 10 and 11, right? So they are asking here the machine hours and labor, budgeted machine hours and labor hours, as well as the unit cost of production of product X. If it is estimated prime cost is 120, that means they have given the prime cost and they are asking the uh, production cost including the overhead absorption uh, per unit, right? So first of all they're asking the machine hours and labor hours. So I'll just go with the workings here. How many departments are there? There are two departments, machine department and finishing department, right? So machine department, you all know, we can calculate as like the budgeted overhead. Normally in MCQ you are not supposed to write all these workings, but here I'm explaining, you all know. So let me go with the explanation. Budgeted total machine hours, right? Okay, and then finishing department, we have the budgeted overhead, right, over budgeted labor hours, right? So let's see the information that they had given here. They have given the budgeted overhead of machine, finishing and store. So you all know if stores department has any overhead, still the reapportionment is not done. If not, the secondary distribution is not completed. So let's see. The total overhead of the stores are reapportioned equally between two production departments. Okay, so let's first of all divide this 50,000 into, which will add 25,000 each. So machine department 175 plus 25, it's going to be equal to 200,000, and then finishing department 125 plus 25, which is equal to 150,000. Okay, I hope you all understood that. This 50,000 we divide equally and divide to 2 and give equal parts of machine and finishing. Then they are saying like the overhead absorption rate is 20 rupees per machine hour and here 10 per labor hour, right? So 20 rupees per machine hour and 10 per labor hour, then you are able to find out this. So 200,000 divided by 20 is equal to, it's 10,000 hours, and here it is equal to 15,000. So we have 10,000 and 15,000 as our answer number 2. And the next question they are asking you the production cost per unit. So you know you have to add the prime cost plus production overhead absorbed per unit. So right, so prime cost is given 120, overhead absorption is given 20 per machine hour, and they are using 2 machine hours. Finishing department 10 per labor hour and 5 labor hours. So 20 into 2 and 10 into 5. So 20 into 2 and 10 into 5, which will give me 40. This would be 40 and this would be 50, which is 90, means 210 would be the answer here, which is fifth one is the answer option. Okay, next one, question number 12. The following information relates to a product manufactured by a company. So again, direct material given, direct labor and production overhead is not given, but total manufacturing cost is given. The company policy is to absorb production overhead at the rate of 80% of the direct labor cost. Okay, that's a good one, right? So they're asking what is the direct labor cost included. So I'll write down the working here. Direct material plus direct labor plus production overhead is equal to 600, and this is 240. No? So you can understand, if this is 240, the direct labor and production overhead both are equal to 360, and the clue they are giving is the production overhead is 80% of the direct labor cost. So if direct labor is 100 percentage, production overhead is 80 percentage of that, means this is 180 percentage. No, so if 360 is equal to 180 percentage, I can find out how much is direct labor. 100. So if I calculate direct labor, I get 200 as the answer. So if it is 200, means you can understand 80 percentage is 160. So 200,000 is the direct labor. Answer is number third one. And question number 13, the company is planning to produce 1000 units during the next period. Following estimates have been made in this respect, right? Total raw material cost is given. So the question is fix what is the production cost per unit? Okay, at 1000 units. No, so they have given, they're asking the production cost. So let's see first of all what would be included. Direct material, direct labor, variable production and fixed production. So we only need the production cost, which is 200 plus 140, and this to 400,000 and 200 600,000. So 600,000 divided by 1000 is equal to rupees 600. Very simple one, right? Okay, I hope you all understood that. Okay, so which is 200,000 plus 140, 340, 340 plus 6, t is equal to 400, 400 plus 200, 600. This is